And so I was 19 saying I was going to be married at 25. My relationships at 19 didn't look like somebody who was going to be married in 6 years.
Talk about it.
I said I wanted to start having kids at 30. That was also when I was like 19, 20. I didn't have any plan, you know what I'm saying? So I think we love to talk about the end goal. We love to talk about goals. But I think that's the vision. A lot of us get messed up on, like, the details. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I think, is pretty good at, like, being up in the clouds and saying, I want this, I want that. But when it comes down to understanding what it takes to get there, you know what I'm saying, what it takes to get to the wife, the kids, and then that's before we start talking about I want to have $1 million or I want to have this house, that car, what it takes to get some of these things and just the sheer greatness that comes with consistency is just like foreign to so many of us.
Yeah.
And so I think expectation sometimes robs us of like that beauty that you get when you go through the process. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole what is the phrase pressure makes diamonds or whatever. Or, you know, we're Christian. We like to say iron sharpens iron. And it sounds good. But until you look at the process of like ironing being sharpened, it's not fun. It's not safe.
Yeah.
You know, people used to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? When they were making forged swords. That is dangerous. So, like, that idea of I want to be sharp, a lot of times is void of the process of the sharpening. So I think it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, bro. Because even now, I have to constantly reevaluate, like, what is success? Right? I'm 28. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I don't have a nice house. You know what I'm saying? But what is success? Am I better than when I was at 25? I would say so. But we oftentimes like allow other things to dictate what is successful for us instead of like, what does success look like for me? Just like Chase, you know what I'm saying? It can be different.
What do you think are some of these things that contribute towards that?
Contributes towards success?
No, towards us having...
Oh, the expectations.
Expectations, yeah.
Yeah, I think TV, social media. And I'm not a guy that's like anti-social media because I think like they're tools. You know what I'm saying? But a hammer can be used to hang a picture and a hammer can be a murder weapon. It's about how it's used. And so I think sometimes we get these tools and we misuse them or we use them for something else, right? So I think social media definitely plays a part in it because it shows us, again, the finished product, the filtered product, right? The selected product. Like I may not show you, last week I, got in a fight with my girlfriend and now she broke up with me. But I'll put this picture of like, just hit my goal at work, top seller, whatever. And it's like, that's what I wanted you to see, right? I'm not even where you think I am. And so we start to get caught up in like somebody, I've heard it before, I can't remember where, but somebody said it's like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is like people's highlight reels. It's the highlight reel of their life. It's not like what's really going on in the day-to-day. And so I think that also helps us get caught up in these unrealistic expectations because we're keeping up with like the edited portion of people's life. And it's like, there's beauty in everything. The ugliness, the brokenness, the happiness, the joy, the success, the failure. Like, he's going to tell me it's good when I get up to heaven. Everything. Every single thing, he's going to say, well done. That's well done for the failure, well done for the sin, well done for the, the falling short. All of it gets the well done. God doesn't nitpick the well done. It's everything gets the well done. And so I think we lose sight of that and we try to like keep up with something that's not real. Like I'm not trying to, and it's really tough, honestly. I know 3 or 4 people in my head right now that I was in college with that are making close to like $2-3 million a year. 27. $2 million a year consistently. One of them the last 4 years. Insane. And I'm just like, dang, look at me. I'm like $52,000 a year in my nonprofit. What is success? Mitch likes to talk about marketplace. Well, one thing for me, I'm in a nonprofit sector. Am I impacting people? That is success. Trying to measure success by what he measures success by is actually kind of like not even a smart thing to do. It's not
Right.
realistic because what his measurables and goals are different than my measurables and goals
Right.
based on where I'm placed. And so I think, again, like looking at other people's lives, these unrealistic expectations, and I'll say this, the last thing is like, expectation in and of itself is not bad. I think unchecked expectations can be dangerous. So like I had this expectation when I was like 22, and I never check it again. I never reevaluate it. I think we do that with people a lot. We meet them at a point, and that's who they are for the rest of their lives, or for the rest of the time that we know them.
Right.
And it's like we have to constantly reevaluate, and ask ourselves, okay, this is who this person was. Are they still that person? This is what I wanted. Do I still want that? Yeah.
There's like a million things I could go on, but
I'm sorry.
I love it. No, because I mean that is very much what I do. I'm not saying you rambled, but I ramble. So it's just funny. I love it. But literally, you talking about looking at others and just like happiness and just things like that of like, and looking at everything and trying to find the joy in everything, like something that I cannot get over in the last probably close to a month at this point. Like we all know James 1. Like think of the various tests you encounter as occasions for joy. After all, you know, the testing your faith produces endurance. But like this is like the thing I just can't get over. Let this endurance complete its work so that you may be fully mature, complete, and lacking in nothing. And the fact of basically like we look at happiness and joy as and comfortability even as the goal a lot of times, and the indicator of success is like, all right, can I lay around on a Sunday and watch football and then be fine because I don't got to worry about meeting this bill or meeting that bill, or can I do this or can I do that? Whenever it's like, no, like what is happening with my maturity, and am I growing more mature in what I'm doing? And that also being how we, in a way, care for others. Especially like whenever we become parents one day, like because I had this conversation with my mom. Gonna keep some of that to the side, but basically it was like, hey, like make sure that you are pressing into me and looking into me about my maturity rather than my happiness and things like that. Like that should be the goal of the parent, and it's tough because of everything that causes of different tension, because the idea that the child has of different things in life of like, oh no, like Sally's parents are all nice to her and like she's still doing fine, but it's just like, okay, that might work for Sally, but your maturing process might look different than other people. And we think it all should all be uniform in some sort of way, whenever it's like, I don't really think that's what the Father's heart is, and I don't really think that's what's needed either.